Hey folks, you've joined us for another episode of Untamed TV, and what an episode we have for you today. I am very fortunate to be joined by friends from the Ogden Nature Center. This is Brandy Bosworth,
Hey.
and this is Bryce King.
How do you do?
And we've also got Blue and Amos, or Little Blue to be more accurate, right?
Blue, the Western Screech Owl.
Blue, the Western
Super
Screech Owl.
accurate.
Super accurate, yeah. As far as that goes. We asked them to come and join us in the studio to talk a little bit about the Nature Center. We're actually not at the Nature Center. You're being fooled right now. Your eyes are being fooled. We're actually in the studio. But the Nature Center is located, of course, over there on 12th Street on the north side, kind of over by the IRS. I mean, virtually everyone knows where the IRS is and all of that.
Yeah, we're that little bit of Untamed right there on 12th Street.
Untamed, I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. Fitting with the theme.
Yeah.
Fitting with the theme. I would imagine that most of our viewers have been to the Ogden Nature Center, but probably a whole bunch have not. So, in a nutshell, what is the Ogden Nature Center?
Well, we have about 152 acres. It's like a little island oasis heaven spot in the middle of Ogden. We do environmental education for really the majority of school-age children in our entire community. If you go to school in Ogden, Weber County, really, at some point in your childhood career, you're going to go on the coolest field trip at the Ogden Nature Center.
The best field trip,
Yeah,
absolutely. You know, a lot of people, when I mention Ogden Nature Center, the first thing they say to me is the birdhouses.
The
birdhouses.
Oh,
Let's talk about that. I mean,
It's time right now.
Yeah.
So springtime brings a whole new onslaught of birdhouses. We have a competition every year, and we get about between 60 and 100 entries every year.
Wow.
And we keep on permanent display all year long. There are 160 birdhouses on Birdhouse Trail.
Wow, 160 birdhouses, and
Yeah.
and I've seen most of them, and each one is very unique. And I don't mean one has a red roof, one has a blue roof. They're
No,
unique.
they range from like totally sustainable structures and very usable, practical structures for birds that are specific to just wildly creative, like outlandish kind of stuff.
Really fun stuff.
Yeah.
Really fun stuff. And speaking of birds, we've got Bryce right here, who is what's the proper term? Bird master?
Well, I'm a wildlife specialist for the Nature Center.
Okay.
So I take care of all the raptors and the birds and the snakes and the amphibians.
You have like the greatest job.
It's the
in
best
world.
job
This is
in the
what every junior high boy watching right now wants this job.
That's right. And I do a lot of outreach education. So I'll take the animals and take them to programs, to schools or to functions and stuff around the city and educate people about our animals.
So how did you get this job? You didn't just walk in the door and say, "I want to play with birds." I mean, there's way more to this than you probably think. You've got to figure out diet, habitat,
Right.
all of those.
I was very fortunate to get the job. I got the job because I'm a falconer, and I've had 47 years experience flying and hunting with falcons and hawks, and so that gave me the foot in the door, and the timing was just right when they were looking for someone to fill in and take care of the birds and stuff like that.
Wow, you came in at just the right moment on
just
a wing and a prayer, so
That's
to speak.
right.
He knows a lot. Like the information in Bryce's head is pretty amazing.
I can imagine. Tell us about who we're joined with as guests. You're holding.
I'm holding
Amos.
Amos, and this is the American kestrel. It's the smallest falcon in America. This happens to be a male kestrel, and in the raptors, most of the females and males look the same, except for the kestrels and the marsh hawks.
Okay.
The males have blue shoulders, where the females have the reddish back all the way around their shoulders.
Wow. I hope you guys can see that. That is a fabulous bird. I mean, just very interesting, beautiful, and you can see that it's deadly, but it also looks very gentle.
Right. We used to call them sparrowhawks when I was a kid because they would hunt sparrows, but their main diet, grasshoppers and mice,
Yeah.
once in a while songbirds.
Yeah, grasshoppers. Hey, come over to my house, Amos. In my yard, I would really appreciate you. Brandy, you have.
This is Blue, Western Screech Owl, and this is an owl that we actually hear a lot in the foothills up in Ogden. If you hear that, it's the little ping pong kind
Yeah,
of. Boop, 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 boop.
they misnamed him. They
Oh,
should have
really?
been called the ping pong ball bird because they make the boop, 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 boop.
Not an actual screech.
Not a screech.
Not a screech.
The ones back east may screech a little bit, but they make the sound of a ball dropping.
Like everything back east.
Yeah.
You know, screechy back easterners. Not that we don't want you to come visit the nature center.
No, they can come.
All of you guys come on down and visit us. Whoa, how about that? And that just proves that they are actual live animals right here.
They are.
So besides birds, bird houses, what else can you find at the Ogden Nature Center?
So, pretty cool spot. We have 1.5 miles of walking trails, and they're level, doable, not steep, not too challenging. Woo! We have a really cool exhibit of birds of prey. So these are just 2 examples, but we have eagles, hawks, owls, like Bryce said, salamanders, snakes, tarantulas.
Yeah.
Like a lot of great creatures on display, and they're all native to Utah. So that's one of the things we stress, is that we're trying to teach our community about native species and how to take care of native species and how to take care of the habitat that's so important to their survival.
Well, and like you've described it, it's a big space and it's open. So I guess my question is, critters kind of get in once in a while. How do you tell the staff from the stowaways?
That's a darn good question. We're all a little crazy.
I'm sorry. Did I?
Wild.
Blue, are you doing okay?
He thinks he's got a perch there, so he can.
Oh, that's close. I see.
He wants to perch.
A perch on the mic. There's wild animals too. So what I just mentioned were some of the animals we keep in captivity, but there are also deer and raccoon and fox and mammals all over the place. Of course, all the birds that come and go. We have a lot of birds that are hunting by day, so shorebirds that come to our ponds. So it's possible to see like great blue heron and
or our geese that live there, and it's fun to see
yeah.
the geese raise young goslings, and it's pretty fun to have all these neat critters that are wild that actually pick the nature center to be a home for them.
Yeah, they kind of interact and mingle. I mean, it is the nature center.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be open and wild
It
and
is.
everything. Speaking of open, okay, what are your hours and what are your
Sure.
what are your fees and all of those other
All
things?
that
I mean, basically, tell us. Here's a good way to start. Tell us the website so people can go and visit that.
Super easy, ogdennaturecenter.org.
Uh-huh.
And really everything's there, which you'll want to hop on because we have flying birds.
As soon as you said hop on, they took it as a clue. This is really nice. I mean, honestly, these lights are a little hot, and that feels pretty good.
So, okay, Bryce,
So just lift your hand.
this way, like this. See a little bird
There
training
you go.
going on.
To be
here.
fair, we didn't tell Blue or Amos they were going to be on television.
No, it's just
They
we're
had
springing
no
it on
prep.
them. So the website, ogdennaturecenter.org.
Okay.
And then we're open basic hours, 9 to 5 on weekdays, 9 to 4 on Saturdays. And we have really nominal admission fees, $5 for adults, $3 for kids.
Wow.
But memberships. So the Nature Center is really supported by foundations and just gifts. We're not supported at all with public funds, which I think a lot of people think maybe we are, but we're not. So memberships to the Nature Center is a good way to support us. And a family is like $45 a year.
Wow.
So that gives you
It's
free
a really
admission.
good deal.
Yeah, it's a great deal. So built into that is, this is really cool. You also get into the dinosaur park during the week for free,
Oh, wow.
and the Union Station museums
Oh, wow.
for free, and then once a month, Tracy Aviary.
Oh, wow.
So like buy a membership to the Nature Center, and you've got like 4
You can
memberships.
get in all kinds of places
Yeah.
and do it and just be, and I mean, you're in.
Right,
Just like
and
that.
you're supporting, environmental ed in our education, in our community, and
Right.
and a really, really important asset.
Right. And you know what, guys? Don't just watch the show. Definitely go to their website because there's always something happening.
Oh,
There's
my gosh.
special events. You guys have like the scary creatures of the night or whatever for Halloween.
Creatures
and all
of the Night
that.
at Halloween. For spring and summer, we have a trail run, a 5K trail run in May.
Yeah.
We have Earth Day in April. Of course, we have a couple summer concerts. Summer camps for ages 2 to 16. And they're age-appropriate summer camps. So, like your little 2-year-olds are just going to come for a couple hours. Your 16-year-olds are going to get an overnighter. So, hop on and see all those options. That's pretty fun. There's a lot. It's really, something for every age group.
Right. That's what I was thinking is whoever you are out there right now watching, there is something down there for you. I mean, if you've got small children, they will love to just look around
Yep.
and walk. If you've got school-age children, it's very educational. If you've got teenagers, teenagers even like the Nature Center, and teenagers don't like anything.
Yeah.
College kids, whatever you've got. I mean.
So actually for teenagers, we have a really awesome summer program called Volunteens. And it's a service learning program
Wow.
where they're doing service, but there's a lot of education built into the program, and it's free. I love summer. I love summer because the teens are with us all summer long, and it's pretty cool.
Did you guys know all this about the Nature Center? I mean, I thought I knew a little bit about the Nature Center, but I really didn't know all of this.
If you're looking for something to do in the middle of the week, we have Wild Wednesday, and that's a program that we do after school hours around 3:45. And we bring an animal out, do education. One of our educators will talk about the animal or take them out on trails and show them things that are around the Nature Center. So it's a real fun opportunity to see the Nature Center and be taught after school hours.
And Bryce, I imagine that these are your children.
These are my kids, yeah.
These are. I mean, maybe you have other children too, but you become so invested in these animals, and they're your life, I would think.
Yeah, they really are, and I really have grown to love them. I've got one especially, the bald eagle, that is in love with me.
Oh, is that
For real?
right?
And she will lay eggs once a year, and she expects me to help sit on them, even though they won't hatch. And so she makes me sit on them and incubate them while she eats, and then when she's done eating, then I have to get up and she'll sit back on them.
She's like, "Look, man of the house, I don't care. You're taking your responsibilities.
It's the real deal.
You are doing that." So you said they won't hatch. What does that mean?
They're not fertile eggs, so she's going through the routine of a motherhood and laying the eggs, but they're not fertile because she doesn't have a partner. Well, she considers me the partner, but
right.
I'd get divorced.
Not a very good partner. I mean, in her eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, I think if you can sit on eggs without breaking them, you're quite cool.
Doing pretty well.
Yeah, actually. I'll bet none of you out there knew this much about the Nature Center. And again, you can find way more at the website.
Yep, at the website, ogdennaturecenter.org. And then one thing I should mention, we're going to start a new program on Friday afternoons, similar to Wild Wednesdays, but it's called Nests, Nooks, and Storybooks. So we're going to have like a story time every Friday afternoon at 3:45, somewhere on the ground. So you might be beside a pond or under a tree or in the treehouse. Wow. Somewhere fun and cool, or maybe in the eagle's nest if it's a story about eagles.
Or sitting on eggs.
Or sitting on
eggs. You might be sitting on eggs.
Sitting on eggs with Bryce. You just don't know. But there is a lot going on. I just sent out the April roll today, and I was like, wow, there's so much.
Do yourself a favor, check out Ogden Nature Center, and thank you guys for joining us today. Blue, you have been awesome, and Amos, you've been awesome too. I didn't even notice the other guests we had, just you two. Ogden Nature Center on Untamed TV. This is as untamed as this TV has ever been, and
Right.
we thank all of you for watching and hope that you will join us at the next episode of Untamed TV. And look at the birds, don't look at Craig.